Hey, good morning, everyone. Rise and shine, 6 o'clock here on your Wednesday. Thank you for starting your day with us here on Sunrise. Jason and Alicia with you.
Are you excited for that etiquette story?
I really am. I'm interested to see how all of that is evolving in this age of social media.
Right. It's a good story of Eva Anderson did it. So we'll bring that to you here coming up in this hour. But first, let's say good morning to Guy on this Wednesday that feels like winter.
Yes. Sub-zero wind chills all throughout the Twin Cities metro, and air temperatures flirting with single digits in the Twin Cities and even colder in outlying areas. So let's just jump right in, right? Temperatures right now in the teens, low teens, getting ready to creep up on some single digits possibly. Now, I am happy to report wind chill values now feeling like 0. Earlier this morning it was feeling like -1, so feeling like 0, a little bit better. Northwest winds 9 miles per hour. A lot of sunshine in the forecast this morning. Temperatures warm up to 20 degrees by late morning, keeping the sun throughout the majority of the day before tomorrow. Clouds roll in tomorrow with a PM wintry mix developing, rain changing over to snow Friday. Overnight Thursday, maybe even some rumbles of thunder possible. So a very complex spring system moving through tomorrow through Friday. Alicia?
Guy, thank you. Let's give you a look at the roads this morning. Here's a live look down in Apple Valley, Highway 77 at 127th Street. It's been a quiet start to your Wednesday, which is what we love to see as you're getting maybe yourself ready for work, getting the kiddos ready for school. All green on our Metro map.
We've been following some breaking news out of St. Paul. A massive fire destroys an industrial business.
At one point, the fire was so intense that you could actually see smoke from the interstate. Cece's live in St. Paul with new information this morning. Good morning, Cece.
Good morning. As of 6 o'clock right now, the scene has cleared. Fire crews have left maybe about an hour ago. What we have seen, though, for the past maybe 30, 45 minutes, are investigators behind me on scene with their flashlights looking through the damage of this building that caught on fire this morning. So that is happening right now. Even though it's quiet right now, it was a much more active scene overnight into the early morning hours. Take a look at this new video that we got just from overnight here. This is what the scene looked like from one of our MnDOT cameras. You can see the large police presence, and then if we zoom in a little, you can see some flames still going. The heavy smoke also is shown there. And it looks like the fire was coming through the roof of the building, so crews had to use ladder trucks to put out those flames. You can also see a video from when our crew got on scene here. You can get a closer look at what's happening, but crews were on scene for quite some time working this morning and in the cold to put those flames out this morning. But we have put out calls to First Transit, which is near this industrial building here, also MnDOT and St. Paul Fire, just to get any more info about what happened. Of course, I know some crews are still on scene investigating, but they said they would get back to us later today, so we should get an update in a few hours. Jason, Alicia.
All right, Cece Gaines with the latest on the scene in St. Paul. Thank you so much.
Developing this morning, there's newly released body camera footage that shows the moments Nashville officers confronted the suspect during Monday's school shooting. We want to warn you, the video is disturbing and incredibly hard to watch. You can see officers arriving at the Covenant School and immediately entering the building, beginning to search classrooms and offices. Officers then confront the shooter and fire multiple rounds at the suspect. We're not showing you that part of the video. The rampage that left 6 dead, ending just 11 minutes after the first 911 call. And we are learning more about the victims. They're 9-year-old students Evelyn, William, and Hallie, substitute teacher Cynthia Peak, custodian Mike Hill, and Covenant head Catherine Kuntz. We also know Hallie was the daughter of Covenant Presbyterian Church leader Pastor Chad Scruggs. A city-sponsored memorial will be happening today in their honor.
New details this morning about a dismembered body found along the shores of Lake Mille Lacs. Rodney Pendergayash's body was found in a tote last week. Bradley Wayos and Alexis Elling are charged with killing him. Police say Elling's brother overdosed on fentanyl mixed with meth back in January, and that witnesses told investigators Pendergayash provided that lethal dose. The sheriff says he's never experienced an investigation like this and said the body may have been moved several times.
And this whole thing is truly bizarre in that it sounds like, from all accounts, this body was moved multiple places for a period of possibly up to a week before the discovery was made of the body on the lakeshore of Mille Lacs.
The Mille Lacs County Sheriff says the overdose death is still under investigation.
Xcel Energy says its Monticello nuclear power plant will open back up next week after fixing a faulty pipe responsible for a radioactive water leak. While officials say there's no health risk, Xcel says over 200 fish that lived in the river near the plant have died. Xcel emphasized the fish kill was not a result of the leak, but rather the result of the power plant powering down. They say when a plant is running, it warms the water in the nearby river, keeping fish active. When a plant is taken offline, the river then cools down. Biology experts say it's a phenomenon called cold shock.
Well, this morning, the long road to recovery is underway in Mississippi, days after tornadoes ravaged homes, buildings, and entire towns. As Maggie Vespa reports, the cleanup efforts won't be measured in days or weeks, but rather months and years.
Good morning from Rolling Fork, Mississippi. The hardest hit parts of Mississippi and Alabama this morning are still stuck in a devastating limbo. This days after that deadly EF4 tornado on Friday rolled through, killing 22 and injuring dozens more. At this point, survivors are basically being pointed toward kind of a patchwork of hotels and shelters, all of that knowing those resources are temporary. As far as a long-term plan goes, they hope government funding, FEMA funding, even insurance payout comes soon, and they can start to rebuild devastating scenes like this. In the meantime, frankly, they are just praying that basic services like power and water are restored soon. Most of those have been out since Friday. We'll have the latest coming up this morning on Today.
Well, back here at home today in Minnesota, we are remembering a dark day in Minnesota weather history. 25 years ago today, 14 tornadoes hit southern Minnesota.
The small communities of St. Peter and Comfrey took direct hits from those tornadoes, and the communities were devastated. Hundreds of homes destroyed and 2 people died. They're located about an hour and a half southwest of the Twin Cities. And this morning, Jen is looking back at what happened there. Just utter devastation, Jen.
Yeah, you can see it in this video, Jason. This is the aftermath of one of the tornadoes which hit St. Peter. The town lost 500 homes, thousands of trees, damage which people in Minnesota aren't used to seeing.
And so as we were heading across the parking lot to that dormitory, looking back at the house, and we noticed that the entire top half of the house was gone. And that's kind of when we realized the extent of what we had just been through.
That was Glenn Cranking. At the time, he was a student at Gustavus Adolphus College in St. Peter. He started taking these photos you're seeing in the aftermath of the storm. Now, this string of tornadoes killed 2 people, as we said, hurt 21 people, and caused at least $300 million in damage. Here is video from Comfrey, Minnesota. That was hit by an EF4 tornado. 3/4 of the buildings in that town were either damaged or destroyed. You just don't hear about EF4 tornadoes in Minnesota and that kind of damage.
You know, yeah, that's EF4,
incredible.
yeah, rare pretty much everywhere. I mean, obviously some states you get a little bit more of those, but even to that strength, it's just rare throughout the states. So.
And 14 in
Yes,
that region.
at an outbreak, right?
Yeah. That's wild.
How that spawned more tornadoes too. So we'll keep the conversation going in Weather Minds throughout the morning hours. A very robust system getting ready to sweep through the state as you get into tomorrow and Friday. So get ready for that, bringing rain and snow and even the chance for a few rumbles of thunder as you get into Thursday night and early Friday morning. So lots to get into. First, your current temperatures well below average this morning. You have temps right now right around 12 degrees. It feels like 0 for us here at the Twin Cities. Northwest winds 9 miles per hour. A lot of sunshine in the forecast today, but cooled. Cold sunshine. That's the wording for today, especially early this morning. Clouds will start to pass by early this afternoon. 24 by 1 o'clock shortly after lunch. 27 at 3 o'clock and forecast high 29. Clear skies tonight before clouds roll in early tomorrow morning. For the morning drive tomorrow, we're quiet. No need to worry about anything to slow you down come tomorrow morning. Let's break down the 7-day forecast, because by the time we get into the evening hours, that's when we're talking about widespread rain developing. Could see some flakes mixed in with those rain showers. So a wintry mix possible tomorrow evening. As you get into overnight to Thursday night, some showers kind of going into some thunderstorms possible Thursday night. So some rumbles of thunder. Friday, we'll see those rain showers change over to snow. Overnight, could see some accumulations too, overnight Friday into early Saturday morning. Any Saturday morning plans you may have, get ready for some possible slick spots. Saturday 39, Friday afternoon, we'll be clearing up. So by Saturday lunchtime, we'll do some melting and a whole lot of that comes Sunday, Monday. Warm days, our first 50 degree of the season on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We'll have more chances for rain and snow.